Alright guys, so here we are going to solve a problem from Leetcode, and the problem is something like this. So suppose you have an array of length n where this array ith element of the array is 2I plus 1. So the zeroth element will be 1, then first element will be 3, then second element will be 5, like that. The array goes on like that. For all I in between 0 and 1, it can start from 0 and it is less than n. So now it said that in one operation you can select two indices as x and y, where x and y is in between 0 and n, and subtract 1 from array of x and then add 1 to array of y at the same time. So this combined steps will be considered as a one single step, like subtracting 1 from array x and adding 1 to array y is a single step. Now the goal is to make all the elements of the array equal. It is guaranteed that all the elements of the array can be made equal using some operations. Given an integer n, the length of the array, return the minimum number of operations needed to make all elements of the array equal. Alright, so I hope the problem is clear, but I will just give one example and then it will be more clear. So suppose, so there can be two scenarios. One is the array is of even length and array is of odd length. So let's see first for odd length. So let's suppose the array is like 1, 0th element is 1, then 2I plus 1 3, then 2I plus 1 5, then 7, then 9. So this is in a length of 5, right? And another array can be let's suppose 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, and add one more element. So this is the array of length 6, so which is even. This is odd, this is even. So now let's see. So for the odd array, the middle element is 5 here, and all other element can be made to 5 by some steps. That is what it is asked, to make all the elements to be equal. So let's suppose you start from 3 or 7. Now you have to do it at the same time. So let's start from 3 or 7 and try to make it 5. How we can do that? So 3 plus 1 is 4, 7 minus 1 is 6, then again 4 plus 1 is 5, and 6 minus 1 is 5. So we can do it by two steps, right? 3 plus 1 and 4 plus 1, 7 minus 1, 6 minus 1 in two steps. Then from 1 and 9 we can go to 5 by how many steps? So this is nothing but 5 minus 3, that is 2. So again in this case 5 minus 1, it will be 4. So total number of steps will be 4 plus 2, that is 6. 4 plus 2, that is nothing but 6. Now I think it is clear, right? So all you want to find the difference between the elements, and that will give the total number of steps to reach that element. So there are two steps to this problem. First is find the element to which we want all the other elements to be equal, and find the difference between them and add the differences all that for each elements, and you will get the result. So for even, when the list is even, there is no middle elements, because equal number of elements on the right and left, if you give a partition to this list in the middle. So the middle element will be 5 plus 7 by 2, or you can say 5 plus 1 and 7 minus 1, that is 6. So middle element will be 6, and from 5 and 7 you have to reach 6, and that you can reach by exactly one number of steps. Similarly, from 3 and 9 you can reach to 6 by exactly 6 minus 3, so 3 number of steps. And then from 1 and 11 you reach 6 by again, so 6 minus 1 is 5. So total number of steps will be 1 plus 3 plus 5, that is 9. So the problem is clear, I think. So now let's do that in code. So first we will define an empty array and then append this 2I plus 1 element each time. So here we'll first check for 5, n equal to 5, the length of the array is 5. Also so first check if the array is of even length or odd length. So if it is of even length, then we'll do this block of code, and if it is odd length, then we'll do this block of code. So first we will find the element. That for this case this will be the middle element, and for this case it will be the element by adding 1 to 5 and 7, and any other order even number of lists also can be done like this. So let's just 5 for this even let's first do for some this even number of lists. So 6 divided by 2, that is 3. So array of 3 is nothing but 7, because 0 1 2 3 7. So 7 minus 1 will give you 6. So we find our element to which we want all other elements to be equal, and each time we will run this in the range of this length of array. Length of array, actually we can write it like n, because length of array is nothing but n, right? Yeah, and here also length of array can be written like n, no need to write length of array. So this I will run in the range of 3 and 0 1 and 2, that is, and each time 0 1 and 2, and each time we will find the difference of that element with the required element, desired element, and each time we'll just add it. This keep on adding, and then we'll get the number of steps. Similarly, for odd number of list also we can do in the same way, and that time to find the middle element we have to do n minus 1 divided by 2. So if this is 5, so 5 minus 1 is 2, 5 minus 1 is 4 divided by 2, so 1, so 0 and 1, and that is the nearest element we will get. Okay, so n is 5 minus 1, that is 4, divided by 2, that is 2. So 2 is 0 1 2 is 5, right? So for odd it will be like that. It is similar logic, and let's now check if this is correct. So for 6, let's print the array and the number of steps required to make the array equal. So this is for 6, like we have already calculated, it is 9. Okay, we can do like yeah, required number of steps. Okay, 9 required number of steps, and this is my list. Now let's check for 5. So for 5, again it says 6, like we have already calculated. So it is something like that, and yeah, I hope the logic is clear. Thanks.